Much love, many blessings, Soul Fam, and to the entire internet. In this episode, we're going to talk about self mastery and how it can fundamentally transform your life. Self mastery, in and of itself, is not about perfection, but it's about continuous and ongoing refinement of who we truly are in order to become the best version of ourselves in this present moment. Let's get into it. So, what exactly is self mastery? It's about gaining control over our thoughts, emotions, and actions in order to live a more fulfilling, purposeful, and intentional life. It's about understanding who you are at your core and to consciously and continuously shape yourself to becoming the person that you want to become. Your ideal self, your best version, your higher self. This is so that in order for you to live the most fulfilling life possible, you align your heart and your mind with that version of yourself. And it really begins with understanding that you can do this, but also to know what that version of yourself actually looks like. The journey of self mastery begins with self awareness and intention, as we were talking about. It's important to take time to RIDE, which is an acronym that stands for reflection, introspection, direction, and experience. You want to incorporate these four aspects into your daily mindfulness practice, or in other words, into your daily self care routine where you observe your thoughts and your feelings without judgment. In addition to that, we want to anchor ourselves or position our mind into this present moment. That is where our power truly lies and where we can make the most long lasting and impactful change. With this in mind, we are then able to begin to understand our triggers. What are the things in our lives that are unresolved, as well as the habits, thoughts, and sources of negative energy that no longer serve us? Becoming aware of these aspects of ourselves, the dark side or our shadow self, is going to allow us to better understand not only our strengths, but the areas of improvement. This is fundamental for self-mastery because as we master these aspects of us that may have not have had the light of consciousness or attention given to them that they deserve, it's going to allow us to better remove emotional baggage, start to think more positively and in new empowering ways. It's also going to give us the ability to resolve those aspects of us, to bring our energy back and allow us to begin to live a more fulfilling and happier life. As a side note, if you don't resolve your shadow self or these triggers, they're going to continue to join your experience and they'll show up in either new forms, new relationships, and we don't want that to happen. In order to achieve self mastery, we want to become present in this moment and resolve those aspects to us. So, going back to the RIDE format, reflection can be most effective either at the beginning of the day or when you're about to rest. Introspection can also be the same. It's up to you to find what fits for you. These two combined are going to help us to have a sense of direction, which is going to lead into the next section. To continue with our journey of self mastery, it's important that we set clear intentions about the life that we want to live and understand what truly matters to us. By setting our intentions, we're going to figure out the direction of our life, and that's going to in turn contribute to our experience to hopefully create the highest quality life possible. To begin, it's important to understand what are your values? What is it that you hold as important and useful in your life? Not many people question their values or even examine them, but similar to a software update, it's important to understand what is your operating system, what is your value system, the things that you live by on a daily basis. I recommend taking down a piece of paper to jot those down so that you can live by them in accordance with your awareness and allow them to filter your actions so that you are living in alignment with who you really are and who you really want to become. This is part of the heart-mind alignment that we talk about in this podcast. So we'll be sure to go into more detail with it in future episodes. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like more. Going back to our intentions, it's going to be important to understand what is it that we want to accomplish and what does our ideal life look like. This is going to come down to setting up and writing down our long-term goals. From there, we'll be able to break those down into midterm and short-term goals so that we can, on a daily basis, make progress in accordance to those goals and our values. By aligning your actions with your values and your goals, we then create a roadmap for self mastery, one that allows us to make continuous progress so that we each moment become closer to that version of ourselves. It's also important to understand that you have to give yourself the permission to become your best version. See, this is going to become an aspect that is an ongoing relationship, and that is not only of self love, but self belief and self support. You want to be able to give yourself the authorization, the permission, the support that you would normally seek outside of yourself, but allow it to come from within. This form of self validation and self belief is going to unlock all the emotional, mental, and even physical doorways that have been holding you back based on your self imposed limitations, if you have any. These aren't always conscious, so we'll have to delve into the subconscious of our minds to resolve them. And that's an episode for a later time. Become your best friend, believe in yourself, and get out of your own way. Another important aspect of our self mastery journey is going to be emotional regulation and resilience. We want to learn how to navigate our emotions by practicing emotional regulation, which is basically allowing ourselves to feel our feelings and express our emotions constructively. Emotions can be seen as energy in motion, but it can also be seen as a vital life force within us, just moving around. It's up to us and how we utilize the relationship between our minds, our hearts, and our bodies, some would say spirit as well, that allows us to truly utilize this powerful force within us. By allowing ourselves to regulate our emotions, we will be able to use them as fuel for our self improvement and self mastery journey, along with our personal development. It's also going to allow us to use these emotions in a way that's going to build our lives up positively. Whereas by ignoring your emotions, neglecting them, or pushing them to the side can have a destructive impact or consequence, whether that's in your relationship with yourself, relationship with others, or in other areas of your life. That's why it's so important to allow yourself to feel your feelings, to embrace them, but not identify with them. You are not your thoughts and you are not your emotions. However, they are a part of us. And so it's important to give them the awareness and attention they deserve so that they can fulfill their purpose. I've told some friends of mine that the only negative aspect that I will tolerate in my life is giving myself space to feel negative emotions such as pain. They're there for a reason, even sadness. They are not who I am, but they're there for a reason as a compass to guide me to become a better person, to make better decisions and live a better life, and potentially to navigate myself out of certain situations that are the source of that negativity. So emotions can be your friend. Now, going back to the previous step we talked about, where you set intentions and your goals, this is where I would say emotional regulation is also helpful because sometimes, once you have goals in mind, your emotions can potentially get in your way, whether it's due to bad habits from the past or just not knowing better. By becoming a master of yourself and regulating your emotions and having control over them, you will know that you have your goal set in mind, your intention and purpose, and regardless of your feelings for that day or that moment, you become focused and committing to getting those goals done. You then become a master of your emotions instead of your emotions mastering you. This is what's going to be very helpful, and that's why emotional regulation is so important. By cultivating resilience and a positive mindset, this is going to allow us to take every obstacle or challenge before us and view it as a growing or growth opportunity. This is going to make sure that anything that comes our way can be considered and appreciated for what it is, but also utilized as fuel to make us better decision makers, better problem solvers, and overall better human beings. By allowing ourselves to develop this resilience, no matter what comes our way, we're going to absorb that and then transcend it into something that is going to make our lives better. There are many exercises to do this, and one of the quickest ones is using positive thinking, as we had talked about in previous episodes. It's where you allow yourself to view any obstacle or situation in its negative form, but then allow yourself to mindfully create its positive alternative by asking yourself, what is the lesson in this? How can I become a better person from this situation and make better decisions moving forward? What would I do if this happened again to get a better result, and so forth? It's important to understand, Soul Fam, that setbacks are not failures. As long as you don't give up on yourself and you utilize the lesson within that loss or that setback to make better decisions so that you can win the next time around. This is going to allow us to continue on our journey of self-mastery despite any hardships or difficulties that may arise. It's important to understand we can control ourselves. That's the goal of this self-mastery. But there are things outside of our control, and that's okay. By using our mind to think positively and have that inner resilience, we're going to be able to overcome any challenge, any obstacle. It allows us to, in essence, become unstoppable. For today's last practical step, we're going to talk about continuous learning and adaptability. This is important because self-mastery is a daily practice. It's an ongoing journey that continues with us for as long as we live. Some would say for eternity, if you believe that we're immortal and eternal beings. Now, in order for us to continue to grow and learn, it's important that we feed our minds as much as we feed our bodies. So be mindful of your sources of entertainment and information. Are they positive and uplifting, or are they distracting, negative? Do they bring you down and disempowering? It's important to choose those that fill your mind and your overall energetic being with a sense of positivity and empowerment. Don't get me wrong, a regular TV show and stuff is always fun, but you want to find the balance there. Read on a regular basis if possible, or listen to audiobooks. You can also seek out new experiences on a regular basis and be open to different perspectives and different people. This is going to allow us to continue to grow and receive new insights, information, and wisdom. And that is useful for our self-mastery journey because it makes us adaptable. Knowledge is power, they say. But I say that knowledge and inspired action to apply that knowledge is truly powerful. That is true power. You want to combine both what you learn and take action on it. And from there, refine your actions so that you can continuously become the best version of yourself, the person that you believe you are. Now, in addition to that, fam, the reason why self-mastery is so important is because you deserve the best life possible. So why not give that to yourself through consistent effort, through conscious awareness and intention, like we talked about, to master yourself, which again is mastering your mind, your heart, your body and spirit. You want to get your heart and mind in alignment. That way you can live the best life possible. As we conclude today's episode, I want to challenge you to focus on one aspect of self-mastery that we mentioned in this video. Focus on it for this week and let us know your progress and commitment in the comments below. How is this aspect of self-mastery helping to improve and transform your life? Now, it's important to know that you don't have to do this on your own. Let's stay inspired and connected and join this community if you haven't already so that we can support each other on our self-mastery and overall self-improvement and personal development journeys. Don't forget to subscribe for more episodes like this and follow us on social media for more daily insights and inspiration on your overall journey to become the best version of yourselves. Remember, self-mastery is a journey that is unique to each and every one of us. So be kind to yourself, be patient, and embrace the beauty of continuous growth and learning. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. By you becoming aware of the aspect of self-mastery, you are miles, if not light years ahead of other people. And that isn't necessarily something to brag about, but it's important to know that you're here for a reason. This journey of self-improvement, personal development, and self-mastery is calling to you because there's a part of you that wants to come out so that you can shine your light in the most beautiful and brightest way possible. As you go about your day, may you find the strength within you to master yourself, the courage to face the challenges before you, and the wisdom to celebrate your progress and wins. And until next time, Soul Family, be sure to take care of yourself, stay inspired, and to remember to continue to shine your light and help as many people as possible while continuing to master the masterpiece that is you. Much love, many blessings, and as always, good things to you and yours.